Hi everyone, welcome to the first coaching exercise as part of the Stronger Women Summit. Today I'm going to be focusing on the importance of power words in your life. And there's three important reasons why I think power words is something you should introduce and be mindful about putting into place from today. The first is that we can be our own inner worst critic. We can have this little gremlin in our head that's telling us we're not good enough, we can't do things, telling us we didn't get something to that perfection state if you like to be an A rather than a B. And so this can really sort of bring our energy down, and we can always go to bed with that, I haven't done this, and this today. What I want you to do is rewire that by saying how good you are at certain things. Yes, we might not be brilliant at everything. Yes, we might not have done everything. What's important is that you introduce this level of positivity and power within yourself about all the things that you are really good at. So the first reason is to reduce this inner critic and to get more rewired on the things that you're good at. The second is that you could be surrounded by people in your life who are negative, and that's not a great place to be in. Firstly, we need to look at some of the ways that you can move away from that. But in the absence of that distance that you can put into place, if you are being told that you're not good enough by different people in your life, and even this could be from your childhood days, because some of those things can absolutely stay with you. I've certainly got some of that still in my mind. The power words exercise can help you rewire that. Because if you had people in your life when you were younger where you weren't good enough, where you've got people in your life now that are telling you that, that's not great for your positivity, your energy, and your confidence in yourself. That's going to keep pulling you back. And so this power words exercise can help rewire your brain, reset that, make those things quieter, disappear into your mindset. And the third reason this is important is people can give you compliments and you can just bat them away and say, oh, thanks. They're just saying that. You can make up those reasons. They're just saying that. They don't mean it. You don't acknowledge it. You don't own it. You don't celebrate it. You just bat those compliments away. And that can be so easily done when you don't believe in yourself, that you don't have that strength and that confidence in yourself, because you think, oh, that's an ego thing. If I think that and I big myself up and celebrate it, that's my ego coming out. Like, you need to get rid of that. You need to own it. If you want to be an ambitious woman, you want to be strong and powerful and confident, and you want to bring that energy to your kids and to your life and to your partner and to your colleagues, you've got to own what you are good at. It's really, really important to own what you are good at and to have that belief and confidence in yourself. Because if you don't believe the things you are good at, nobody else will too. And what that will do is impact your energy and your status and your power with your family and your kids. And if you can do this exercise successfully with yourself, what you can then do is install it with everybody around you. So you can install it with your kids, with your family, with your partner, with your colleagues, because you want to be making them see what they're really good at too. And one of the ways that I do this is just before my kids go to sleep and we're lying in bed and all cuddling up, I say to them these positive, powerful statements about them. I tell them they're brilliant at what they did today. I said they're really intelligent at reading. They're clever. I always give them 4 or 5 statements, not every night, but several times a week. I will tell them what they're really good at. And that's a really nice way to finish the day, because they'll go to sleep believing that. And they just often very much say thank you to me for saying that to them. And so find those times in your life where it's not a passing, fleeting comment, where you're being purposeful about giving people those positive statements and beliefs in themselves. Because if you do that and reinforce it and you say it 3 or 4 times a week, they will believe it. It will reset them. It's not a one-off thing. And so understanding how this exercise can support other people is equally why it's important to do it for yourself. Today isn't a one-off exercise. It's something that you should be doing 3 or 4 times a week, reinforcing it absolutely when you need it. Because what I want to do with you is rewire that mind to not be your inner worst critic. What I want is for you to really own and know what you are really amazing at. And you won't be amazing at everything. And it's not about you being in an ego state. This is about you just really owning, actually, I'm a great mother. I'm brilliant at organising events. I'm fantastic at coming up with ideas. Own the things that you are really good at and use what we call power words as the empowering emotive state in that. Power words are ways of evoking emotion in people. Now, power words can be used in a very negative way, but what I want you to focus on, obviously, as part of today, is those positive power words. And what we've got in the workbook is a whole example of power words that you can use, so you don't need to go find them. We've got a whole selection here that you can use in positive statements about yourself. So the first task that I want to do with you is for you to use that space in your workbook or a pad or a journal and write down 20 positive statements about yourself using power words. As I gave some examples there, it could be about your career, it could be about your life, how you are as a partner, with your kids, with money, how you work as a team. It could be about how you live out your values. Just reflect on all of those areas, and for the first moment, think about, actually, where am I really good at these things? What am I committed to? What am I ambitious about? What am I energized to do? What am I fantastic at? Use those powers and those statements and be honest and own the things that you're good at. Now, if you can't get to 20 thinking about those things yourself, think about times where people have complimented you. Go back to those moments where you batted away those comments. Think about those compliments and write them down and own them for the first time about what people said about you. The third way of doing this is by going out to your friends, your colleagues, your kids even, and saying, hey, what is it that I'm really good at? If you were talking about me to other people, what would be the things that you would tell them that are my strengths? What am I good at? And don't be shy about doing that. Honestly, if you are struggling because your confidence is really low, ask other people. Take that step and ask people, what is it that you would say about me to other people? What is it that I'm good at? What do you think I should do for a career? What have you seen in me before? So ask them what you're good at. So I want you to come up with 20 statements by using those three sort of methods to think about it. And I want you to write them down. Now, once you've written those down, what is really important is you take that next step to reinforce them, because that's the only way that's going to rewire this brain. Just writing them down once, leaving this exercise alone and carrying on with your life won't embed this exercise in you. Now, there's two ways you can take this next step, and it really depends on what type of learning style you have. If you are somebody that is visual and kinesthetic learner, then what I'd recommend you doing is writing those positive statements down another 2 or 3 times a week. Get a little journal and write them down 2 or 3 times a week, all of those 20 statements, and reinforce them, almost like you were at school, right? And you have to rewrite your handwriting lessons over and over again. Write them down, keep reinforcing them. Do it with emphasis and thought. Think about it, live and breathe it, own it when you write it. Don't do it carelessly with your brain thinking about something else. I want you to really own and believe that you are good at these things. If you prefer, you can record them if you're more of an audio listener. So if you say, for example, you love listening to podcasts, you might be more of an audio learning style. So record them on your phone and listen to them back 3 times a week. Put them on when you're in the car driving or when you're exercising. Listen to those positive statements about yourself and live and breathe those moments when you're in it. Because I guarantee, if you are really owning those areas where you have showed your strength, you'll be also the most happiest, right? Because when you're good at something, you're really happy. So by living and feeling those moments and remembering those moments when you are being in your zone of strength, being at the thing that you're good at, you will ultimately be the times when you're most happier as well, and feeling that positivity. And so live and breathe those moments 3 or 4 times a week. Keep doing that to the point that you own it and you feel in yourself that change and that mindset change and that belief that you are great. You're great and brilliant at these fantastic things. And be conscious about moving away from things that you're not so good at, because there's nothing worse, than not being great at certain things. You can tackle that 2 ways. One, you can go, actually, I'm going to learn, I'm going to improve, I'm going to be better. Or you can go, actually, no, I really don't enjoy those things. I'm not going to do that anymore, and I'll step away from that. And some of these things we'll be talking about in our Ambitious Women Mastermind program. So on Thursday, we have our mastermind class, free masterclass around the Ambitious Women program. And what I love doing is coaching people, teaching them ways to learn new coaching tools and techniques that empower them to make them feel more confident, more stronger, believe in themselves. And these coaching tools and techniques are not only good for yourself, but also equally how you then impart those to people around you to make them feel stronger and more positive and more energized, because we all need to disseminate this energy and this belief to make people be the best that they can be. So I invite you to join me on the free masterclass program on Thursday night, where you get a taste of what the mastermind program will be. And if you loved this exercise and you want more of these coaching tools and techniques, then do talk to us about the Ambitious Women Mastermind program, which is over, of course, the 3 months, which provides one-to-one and group coaching, which will install many more tools and techniques like this within you. That, as I say, it's not only good for you, but also for you to take out and empower those colleagues and team members you work with, as well as your kids and your family. So enjoy this exercise today. Now go and take those 15 minutes to reflect on it, put it into place, and I wish you the best of luck with it. Take care and speak to you soon. Bye for now.